Hello there. My name is Harold Good, and I'm a Methodist minister indeed, from Northern Ireland. And I'm greatly looking forward to being at that great gathering of Methodists from around the world who will meet in Houston at the end of the summer. And if you're going to be there, will you make yourself known to me so that we can get to know each other in a way that we could never ever get to know each other in a video clip. I was born into a second generation Methodist family. My father was a Methodist preacher, and in time I followed him into the ministry of the Methodist Church in Ireland. And I brought up my family within a Methodist parsonage and within the Methodist community. I sometimes say, and it's true, that since I was born, the Methodist Church has housed me, fed me, and clothed me, and put the shoes upon my feet. So you'll understand it when I refer to Methodism as my family, a family which is very precious to me and of which I am a very proud member. And Mr. Wesley would sometimes refer to his parish as the World Parish, and how right he was, and what an amazing world parish Methodism has become. And wherever we travel, and my wife and I travel quite a lot, there's always an open door and a warm Methodist welcome, with a warm bed and invariably a warm meal. And then in turn we say to those who offer us hospitality, if you're ever in our part of the world, please do call in. And they do. Thankfully not all on a one day, because that could provide a bit of a problem. But how wonderful it is when we can feel free to knock on each other's doors and offer each other hospitality. And that for me is part of what it means to be a Methodist. But we have to be very careful when we talk about family, because families can sometimes become rather insular, self-centered, self-contained. The family that draws the curtain and closes the door to its neighbours and its neighbourhood, that's not a good model of family life. We have found so much joy and enrichment in being a part of a family that is even bigger and beyond our own. Family of faith that embraces people of many, many different Christian traditions. It's as if they were bringing something to our table and we bring something to their table, and how enriching that can be in the sharing of faith. But Mr. Wesley also reminded us that there was no holiness that was not social holiness. So we are called to move out beyond even that wider family of faith into a wider world. A world that sometimes can be very difficult and very challenging and indeed hostile. I have been privileged to minister in a part of the world that sadly has been known as a place of conflict and bitterness and hatred and division. But that's where we're called to be, and what a privilege it has been. St. Paul reminded us that we are called into a ministry of reconciliation, and I believe that is part of what it means to be a Methodist in our world of today. To bring something of our tradition into a world that doesn't always want to hear, but by being who we are called to be. I believe that is being faithful to not only Methodism, but much more importantly, to our high calling in Christ Jesus, the Lord of the Church.